This is the Mad Sam Wicked Dread again. So now it's October the 23rd, 2017. This is about the T-charge in London, which starts today. If you don't know what the T-charge is, it is to do with pollution control, as they claim. But the funny thing is, they talk about the T-charge. But if anybody has driven through central London, or even walked through central London, or cycled through central London recently, you only have to look at the volume of cars, the volume of buses. The volume of buses are 3 times what it was 5 years ago, and about 2 times the amount of cars or vans or trucks going into central London. So we got more buses running around central London than cars or trucks put together. And almost 3 times as much as it was 5 years ago or even 10 years ago. So who's the greater pollutant here? Yes, they said they're making cleaner buses, but they're supposed to be hybrid buses. But if anybody knows engineering, and I hold a degree in business and engineering technology, a hybrid vehicle can only work on a long distance. Because by the time you drive from A, about 1/8 of a mile, as it tries to charge the battery, because it's not getting enough charge, it kicks back into the engine again. So really and truly, we have a problem with the buses. That is where the first problem lies. The second problem lies in the volume of building work in central London. In the last 5 to 10 years, we have seen 3 times the amount of construction work in central London. All the green spaces in central London have been removed. The beautiful skyline that London once had, right, where people used to admire with these beautiful buildings, has now been hidden. You can't even see the buildings properly, not just from the river. And if you walk and you want to look at the building, try to take a picture of the building. You can't. Every other building is angled across it like that. So like you half of my face there, and it's like that. You can't even see the building. And after that, the construction. I remember these buildings have been pushed in every crease and corner. But Mr. Sadiq Khan, the jackass mayor of London, and him can come and challenge me. They gave permission for all these councils to build these buildings. And then they're talking about pollution. Well, yeah. I know his excuse can be, but it's going to be creating jobs. Hello? This is modern technology where wireless and internet and all these things exist. Half of these companies could have been put on the outskirts of London in open space land. So people traveling from like Ashford don't need to come to London. They could just travel up the road and stuff. Infrastructure is what it is called. But no. He can't do that. I forget. Mr. Khan cannot do that. Because why? He needs to make sure that Westminster and Chelsea Council and Kensington and those areas around there have the lowest council tax rates. In other words, people living in that borough pay about £400 or £500 a year for council tax for a house that's worth £1 million, whereas people living in Lewisham, Peckham, Brixton, for a little house that worth £350,000 is paying £1,100 a year for the same property, size property, like a 3-bedroom. And those properties up in Kensington and Chelsea and Westminster, they're massive, 1.5, 2 million, but they're paying less than £500 a year for council tax. So you see, this thing about Mr. Khan being a good mayor. Why? Because he's from the Labour Party. Right? Boris was no better. He was from the Conservative Party, lest we forget. But you see, like I said before in all my other tweets, you, the British public, are a bunch of jackasses because you just can't get it. And now it started kicking your teeth now because you have to pay this T-charge. So you're going to pay 12 or 14 pounds a day for the congestion charge, plus another 10 or 12 pounds a day for the T-charge. So you're going to pay over 28 pounds a day just to get into central London. You see, if the people were smart, right, and I can tell you how stupid the British people are. Yes, I'm British, but I'm not one of them because I don't even go up there, I avoid it. You notice when they start this crap in France, or anything that's going to affect the people, what they do? They shut down the ship ports, they shut down the airport, they shut down the train stations. And I don't mean the train stations, some of them shut today, and then 3 months later the boat port closed. No, they shut everything same time, same day for 2-3 days. So no train, no bus, right? No ships, no planes for 2 days, 3 days straight. All of them at the same time, one go, poof. I can tell you that because I've been caught in it many a times. Spain does it and France does it all the time. But the British public, selfish assholes, just can't see past the only canoes. So now this shit come to bite them in the ass. They want to go home and moan with a cup of tea. Get off your ass and do something about it, you ignorant jackasses. Take the mayor out tomorrow morning. You only need a certain amount of people. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let you do some homework. Go online and see how much people have to sign the petition. And then the mayor will have to come out. Go and look it up. Right? And once that is done, he has to come out of office. Do it. Yes, I am all for environment. But what we should be doing is cutting down the number of buses in the city. Knock down half of those buildings in the city. Half of them is owned by people living abroad and they're locked up and nobody occupying them. Right? They're not creating more jobs because all you're doing is taking the people travelling from Birmingham and Scotland and Ashford and all over to come into London. Why? And then those same people now have to claim working tax credits because they spend half the time or they have to go and rent a room in a house, right? And then on top of that now, everything goes crazy. Wouldn't it be more sensible to spread the things out? It's called infrastructure. But no. The mayors of the past, from Ken Livingstone, Boris Johnson, and the newest jackass on the block, Mr. Sadiq Khan. Yes, Sadiq, come on, face me face to face in a public. I am challenging you because I know you can't do it. And if you dare do it, I will stamp in public. We're not going to meet at 6 o'clock at night. One morning, about 10 o'clock in the AM, Lewisham High Street in the town centre. Open public. And let me hear you tell the people why you let all these companies building buildings in tall giant buildings in the middle of central London and all this building work going on, roads closed up and all of this rubbish going on. Why? Half of these places could be built outside of London in suburbs so people don't have to travel so far. Less people travelling in, less pollution. Less pollution in central London. Less pollution because New York has as much trains travelling into London or as much cars or much trucks. The other thing, cut the business rates. So those businesses that have to operate, after you solve that first problem, like I said, to move half of them damn places out of London and thing, then those that have to stay or have been here for donkey years and are staying, then you cut the business rates for them and encourage them to do their deliveries after hours. Right? Or early morning before 7 o'clock. So all deliveries are done early in the morning and they're out of London before 7 a.m. and pay the people properly. But, like it says, Ken Livingstone, Boris Johnson, and now the arsehole Sadiq. 3 assholes. My God, that must be a monster. You know, 1, 2, 3 heads and 3 asses. My Lord, that's a serious, ugly monster. No wonder central London is polluted. I recently had a friend visited here. To be precise, there were 2 sets. Both sets were from Switzerland. One was a woman who came to visit her sister, and another was a good friend of mine with his wife. And I had the liberty to drive them around central London. The 3rd set was a niece and her mother from America. And you know what they all said? When they look at the pictures of London 5 years ago, 10 years ago, they go, London's ruined. London's dirty. London's a filthy city. And all I could say, you know what, I'm so sorry. I says, I pity you didn't see it in the 80s and early 90s before they overbuilt it. Yes, I had to apologize for the once great city that I loved. And I was proud. No, I'm no longer proud of it. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. But the rest of the British people can't say that because they're afraid to upset the local Labour MP or the Conservative MP or the Lib Dem MP or the Greens MP. Cut this thing about trying to seek power. Come on, people. Sign the petition. Get rid of the T-charge. Get rid of half the buses. Put the tram back in the thing so they can hop on. The mayor brought a new bus out. It's supposed to be the new Route Master bus where you can hop on and hop off. You can't. You can't hop on and hop off. You still have to go through the front to pay and tap in. If you look into other cities, they use like a micro buses that runs like a tram on an electric cable, right? And you don't have to tap at the driver. Basically, go in and you go through all the doors and tap in and tap out. So there's no the driver don't need to check you. All the driver needs to check that nobody's coming in, close the door and drive. In other words, my job is the driver. Notice the job? Driver. Bus driver. It didn't say bus driver, ticket attendant. Driver. That is why I say even the unions in this country are a bunch of political assholes. Right? The job says bus driver. It didn't say bus driver, ticket attendant. You want to solve the pollution? Go to Oxford Street, Regent Street, anywhere up in Central and see how many buses back to back. Do I need to tell you that? Come on, people. This T charge is just like the congestion charge. No wonder half the embassies in this country don't pay it. And half the foreigners who drive in here don't pay it. Because you can't find them. Record for the constant is just another way for tax. And who gets that money? You ready to hear the joke? TfL, Transport for London, gets that money. And what do they do with it? 90% of that money is spent Spain giving, not even paying, giving exorbitant salaries to the employees of Transport for London, a government organisation, a Quango organisation. Right? You have people getting from 50,000 to nearly 150,000 in Transport for London. No wonder they have all these little cameras about Red Route. It's not about improving traffic, it's how much money we can make to pay the staff in TfL. So, you see, you people are so stupid. Right? No, I don't invite friends to go there. I said to friends, you want to see London? Forget about trying to go through London. The best way to do London right now, I tell people, get a boat. Yes, I live in the London Borough of Lewisham, because I have plans to deal with this next year for mayorship. Get the boat from Greenwich up the river, right? So you start from the O2 and get the boat up the river, right? Seat, come off, walk around Parliament, and then jump back on the boat and come back down. No point going anywhere else. Pollution kill you. Yes, I have an enlarged heart and I suffer with bronchitis and asthma, and I take medication for them. It wasn't caused because of the pollution. I was born with that problem and I've lived with it, and yes, it's getting worse. That's life. I have to accept that. See, even gaps in my teeth now, from age. But I am fighting for the rights of my children, my grandchildren, and their children. I might not live to see the great-grandchildren, but that's another story. Right now, people, get up, please. Look online, do your homework. See how much of you have to write a letter or sign a petition for the Mayor of London to quit and force him out. And next year, when you have the mayor elections in April, May 2018, when all the local boroughs from Lewisham, Central London have the elections, take Mr. Sadiq Khan out. Make sure the person who runs, give a written, signed undertaking that as the mayor of London, he will get rid of the buses. He will shut down half of these so-called new developments in central London, knock them back down, put green grasses and little benches, small little cafe in the middle of it, so the people who go to have lunch can buy their food, sit down with the grass and the trees around them. Yeah? That's what people want. Right? Don't say, oh, well, you have Hyde Park. What, they're going to leave Barbican and all other places, just run to Hyde Park to have lunch and run back to work? You ever go in the tube on the underground and see how stuffy it is? Oh, come on. We don't need to. We were once a proud nation, clean nation, respected by the universe. And I say the universe because the world is big. What are we now? The laughing stock, the scum of the world. You don't need the European Union to tell you about the problems. You have all these boats running up and down the river. Work out a deal, right, to get the people to take the boats, come from down the end, to reduce the trains, reduce them driving. You have transport. What you need, vans and everything carrying uptown. Come on, it can be done. All this, we didn't need to talk. We could start this in 2030 and 2060 and all that shit. That's the English thing. Typical English thing. And fuck all gets done. Wake up, people. Come on. Do it. I dare you. Because you don't got the guts. You just want to run your mouth up and then go home and drink a cup of tea and moan and groan, and tomorrow morning you get up again and you go up there and you groan and moan about it. Anyway, this is the Mad Sam Wicked Dread telling you. Go online and look where you need to send your petition to take this city can out. And make sure when it comes to the elections next year, choose somebody who's going to give a sworn affidavit that they will get rid of all of this thing within the first 12 months in office. Otherwise, they will resign. Okay? Good luck to you all. Signing out. Take care.